Alright, so we're gonna jump into it this week. We've been out for a little bit busy with Blade Show prep, but we're recording our post Blade Show Bladeology episode. It's a rare occasion that the three of us are in the same place. This should prove to be quite entertaining for everybody, including us. There's a lot going on. All of our Blade Show prep is totally different. Nick's building stuff and freaking out and spazzing, and Elijah's staring at the wall, baiting, and I flew to New York and helped John assemble stuff and get ready to go to Georgia. John at EOS, John Kerner. So we're gonna jump into it as we always do. So welcome back, Elijah. What was your Blade Show prep? How'd you get there?
Oh my god! So I flew in as I usually did. Every year I've flown in on Thursday morning. Pretty much at this point, not gonna change that scheduling. So yeah, I had to get a bunch of stuff ready actually because Nick had a booth, so I had to get a bunch of people to grind some edges and anodize some frames. That meaning you. And Mike Emler at the Crazy Sharp had him do some double edge grinds on some Sozes for me. But yeah, I had to correlate a bunch of things to get ready for the show. Had to ship off some knives and hopefully get those in time. I did. And to set up on Friday, me and Nick, we had the Bladeology Ice and Blade Works NCC knives podcast knife booth with the full-on casting couch.
Nick, turn off the goddamn Xbox. I swear to God. Just pretend to take this seriously. Can you please?
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. First time as an exhibitor at Blade Show. Didn't enjoy it 100%. For next year, I'm never going to get a booth again. That's for sure. Might do a table. Never going to have a booth though. That was just it was too far from everything. It was too far from the action. It was kind of off to the center, and people walking by were just kind of like looking at everything and not really specifically looking for like one maker or anything specific. So they're just kind of walking by and picking stuff up and checking it out. And a whole lot of people didn't really know who Nick or I were. So
they're fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty good show overall.
The booth thing is certainly that's a different aspect. Like that whole having a booth is definitely different than having a table or just not being tied down at all. I think overall, I think it was a good show for everybody involved. Nick, I think you sold out, right?
Yep, sold out first day. A little nervous about it. Thankfully, it all went well.
We were able to get our inflatable furniture there in time. We actually ended up getting there just in time to take an Uber to the Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever the fuck.
It was Lowe's, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because they wanted $250 to rent the fucking little table.
Yeah.
Which we just went and took an Uber ride there and bought one for $50. But
went to Lowe's, bought what was like $90. We got two tables, two chairs and a table. Yeah.
I would have happily, when I was talking to the lady, I would have happily rented the equipment for a reasonable price, but the price they wanted for the table was astronomical. $250 for a table is to rent it is just straight up insane.
It's pretty extreme.
Definitely would have probably paid $50 to $75 to rent it because that's about what it costs to buy a table and two chairs. But that Bladeology money just flows like crazy. So luckily we were able to really pull that out.
The Bladeology does not flow like crazy, so we had to go and buy our own.
Yeah, no Patreon set up at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
not yet.
We're kind of
on Patreon, but if you just want to send us money, just ask us for our PayPal at Bladeology@yahoo.com.
Yeah, none of that is real.
So just don't do that.
The placement was kind of fun. We were across the street from Starling Gear and the Strider guys, down the street from Blade HQ. Traffic was, I'd say, pretty reasonable. Honestly, I wasn't really there most of the time because I was off being a dealer. So.
I don't know what you talk about the table.
I was there for like an hour.
I'll just take
I
over
was-
this part.
Hashtag
was there.
casual special.
I was there for an hour. Whatever.
So yeah, I ended up acquiring this booth last moment through a buddy of mine who couldn't make it, and I asked Elijah to join me, so I'd have to be there alone.
I remember that from the last podcast.
That's what he talked about last time. What fucking I don't care.
Fucking copy and paste and shit.
This is different. We're in the same room. It's different. Okay. So whatever. Made stuff. As I mentioned, I was working like a madman before the show. Ended up bringing 16 folders, 17 folders.
I don't fucking know.
7 full-size MK1s, 1 auction, 9 imps, and 4 show deliveries. Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Didn't sell shit for like the first 4 hours. Got nervous until the main doors opened. And then by the end of the Friday, I sold out, thankfully. But notice the thing. I was going to do a lotto. I ended up doing first come, first serve. But I mentioned I was going to do a lotto, and everybody was coming up to me. Can I enter your lotto? And I said, it's just first come, first serve. Whenever they heard it first come, they said, oh, okay, cool, I'll be back. And like that kept happening.
Yeah, people didn't want to spend that money before they walked around, basically.
Yeah, like I had about 20 of those before I actually sold one of those MK1s.
Yeah, I actually got quite a few. Like, oh, I'll be back around because the show had just opened, so people didn't want to like spend their money before they had a chance to get a lot or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did a lot of, they walked around. Sometimes they came back at the end, sometimes they didn't, but by the time they came back, it was already gone. Talking to a lot of makers, it's a pretty common occurrence. People also want to feel like they won something.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's exciting. If someone says first come, first serve, if you have cash or if you have check, you can just grab it. But definitely, it was fun to have a booth. I feel like, at the very least, there were an extreme amount of stickers given away. I know I gave away
oh, man.
probably 500 PBK stickers, which whatever. I'm glad to have people take them.
So I got 3 different stickers made for the show. One of my family crest, or my logo, and one of my face. And the face logo was by far the most popular for some reason. Everybody kept taking them. I had to replenish the stack multiple times. I kept putting them out there. I think I only have maybe like 20 left. But, yeah. People like the stickers.
Well, people just pull up with, like, goodie bags. They just have
Yeah.
this bag just for free swag.
Yeah, I'll grab one of those. I'll take one of those.
Yeah, you could tell. Like, they just pull up for, like, a little baggie, and it's like, that's the free swag bag. They try to fill it up.
Yeah,
Go to everyone's table, and it's like, oh, is this free?
Yeah, they look at the stickers and they're like, I'm not sure they have any idea what they are, but they're going to take one of everyone
Pretty
in
much.
general.
Which was encouraged. A lot of
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of people asking me, like, hey, can I have, like, how much are stickers? You take one. Like, they're free.
And
Take what
I've
you
noticed
need.
sometimes people will come, and I'll watch them walk to the end and walk back around as if they weren't already there. And they'll
Yeah,
take more stickers.
I
I
wasn't
don't know if you noticed that.
I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was paying attention to the knives.
I was like, yeah, people
No,
can
like
take
they'll come by,
stickers,
grab some
whatever.
stickers, and then they'll walk away, and then I'll look down, get some shit out of my bag, and I'll look up, and they're back grabbing some more stickers.
Like
As if they weren't there. It's like, oh, can I grab these again? I'm like,
Yeah.
just...
The cost
So-
of stickers isn't astronomical, but
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not too bad.
It's like,
it's a pretty good price for what you get in return on.
Yeah.
No, I just felt like the
word
person
of
behind the
mouth
counter at Costco giving out free samples.
like self-merchandising.
It's like, you just walk around
that's
the
what you
aisle.
are.
No, just walk around the aisle. Maybe they don't realize it came by already.
They're like, can I have another piece of roast beef? Like, you're welcome, sir. Have another. So setting up.
fancy Arby's up in this bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Using my slang.
It's either a Ziploc bag or a busted ravioli. It's one or the other.
The consensus on that was definitely 80% voted for Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna have to concur on
What are you
that one.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The vote this week. We're gonna start these weekly votes, but the one this week goes out to Ziploc bag.
Ziploc bag is the winner.
Yeah.
I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags all around. So as always, Blade Show is pretty nuts. Hopefully you were there. Hopefully we saw you. If you're not, try to make it down there some this time. It's pretty nuts. Thursday night is pretty crazy in the pit.
Yeah,
That's when stuff like really starts to get off.
For makers and like higher end collectors and like collectors that have been in the game for a bit, Thursday is usually the start of the show in the pit. But for most people, it's Friday at the show. But the pit on Thursday was pretty nuts this year. Yeah, it was taxing on the organs, especially the liver.
There were some memorable moments and some fun times. I think the livers will recover at some point, as well as the sleep
I didn't
schedule.
drink much. Usually I drink all every day, all day. I'm in the pit till 4 or 5 in the morning.
When
I'm
you
still in the pit till
didn't
4 or
have a
5 in the
booth.
morning, but I only really drank the Thursday. And besides that, I didn't really have more than 1 or 2 old fashions the other days.
We ended up shacking up in the same Airbnb with Justin Savkoff. You might remember him as the knife maker from the previous episode, before the pre-Blade Show episode.
Good dude.
That was
Jersey.
cool.
Repping the Jersey neighborhood.
Yep, had the Jersey and the Staten Island.
He's doing some cool stuff over there.
Yeah. Justin brought some cool stuff to the show.
So just some info about our booth. Like I said, we had some inflatable couches just for relaxing people who are coming by and just sitting there and hang out with us. There's not really anywhere to sit in the show if you're not familiar with the show. If you want to sit and relax, you have to completely leave the show, go downstairs, or sit on the floor in the hallway outside the show.
And be lucky enough to find a chair.
Yeah. So guys that we knew were coming by, just chilling out on the couches. Pretty comfortable. Had a big banner behind us, just a table in the front. Nothing extravagant, but like I said, for 2.5 3 week notice, it's a pretty good setup.
It was pretty last minute professional, I would say so.
Yeah. I mean,
This Blade Show for me was a little different this year. I didn't really have anything new, folder wise. That was kind of on purpose. I want to throttle it back a little bit and work on some projects now that are going to take a little longer.
Well, you had the Horse Cocculus Maximus.
I had I had the Horse Crippler. That was one.
Yeah, you had Blade Show premiere,
which kind of overshadowed the Kapala, the other fixed blade that Sabibi's doing. But yeah, pretty much my only release this year was the Horse Crippler. Giant fixed blade, perfect for outdoor excursions and 31st century galactic cowboy shenanigans.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just actually talking to you about this. As you know, I broke my cheese knife a couple months ago, so
I actually designed that specifically for cheese blocks. And if you got like a little thread on your pants or shirt, like a little small thing, you need to just like you need to trim it off. That's exactly what that knife is for.
Pesky FedEx overnight envelopes are pretty tricky to open without something like that. Yeah. Toothpick size, ideally, is what you need.
It's actually pretty much legal in every state or city.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not
definitely
in every state or city. It's like 13 fucking inches long.
So third year in a row.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Keeping tradition, I somehow made my way to upstate New York, and the drive down with those guys is always a lot of fun. I help John and EOS set up the booth, which, if you've never been to Blade Show, I believe I'm going to go ahead and say is the largest physical booth, aside from obviously Microtech. But the EOS booth is essentially a small house made of T6 timbers, which probably, I don't know, weighs several thousand pounds. But it's always a blast to set up with those guys and drive down with them. Can't get enough road tripping, as we'll get into later. But driving from New York to Georgia is always a lot of fun. I believe they had a pretty good Blade Show. As far as the booth went, yeah, I don't know. I wish I had been at our booth more, but just the day job kind of demanded that I go out and buy knives from the people at the show with the knives that they wanted to sell to the other people there. Friday, the opening date of the show, I think was probably like mediocre busy. Like, I think the end of Friday was probably a lot busier.
Well, like I said, the first 3 or 4 hours, I didn't really sell anything.
Yeah, because doors were at 1, right?
Well, so the show opens
doors
up
were
at
2.
9 o'clock. They let in the VIP entrance. They're early birds, I guess.
And then 12 was some like VIP or what? I think
sorry.
No, that's not right at all.
12 was early bird, and then 2 was
they let exhibitors in at 8
Exhibitors,
o'clock. And then roll call when they start lining up the guys. The early birds are 9. And
right.
At 10 o'clock, they actually let them in.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 3 hours, they're in there wandering around, running like maniacs, trying to get the first serve stuff to get that flip money. Buy that stuff and resell it. No one actually ever buys anything for themselves in those first 3 hours. And at 12 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock is when they let in the rest of the filthy casuals. And that's when business starts to pick up for guys who actually are there selling their stuff. And I started selling it for the first 3 or 4 hours, and then once the main doors opened up, it was thankfully pretty good, consistent sales. I started to relax a little bit. I was a bit nervous in the start there because I worked like a maniac for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I made a sale like right off the bat, then I made another sale like 2-3 hours later,
Mm.
and that was pretty much it. Kind of made a sale again later on, and then some other quick side stuff. But yeah, I sold out, but not necessarily to the people.
To the peoples.
Yeah, because I kind of got sick of standing there, so I kind of closed up shop a bit. Never went back on Saturday, except for the
very professional.
except for the soiree rendezvous with Levon and Adam. After that.
That's okay. You can play video games. It's just a podcast.
Yeah, Nick, you can just play video games while we record this. It's all good.
It's fine.
Yeah. Just give it
my Blade show started on Thursday night with a show delivery from Audra Draper. She's a female mastersmith who had made me a bally song called the Vines and Roses Bally Song, which PVK actually got one. Josh and I figured out almost exactly 13 years ago. Probably we had one that we had ordered, and then we had got another one in 2014 or 15 from a collector. So I've been talking to her for the last year about it. So I was pretty excited. I saw Audra on Thursday night and met up and talked about this awesome piece, which will be up on the website shortly. It's a beautifully engraved handles with sterling silver and her sole authorship Damascus on it, which is really neat. So that was my first buy. These guys are about sales. I'm about purchasing. But yeah, for Friday night was definitely, or Friday, I guess, when the VIPs let in. I was excited to run around and see everybody, see all the makers I kind of normally make the rounds with. Saturday, I'm going to be honest and say that I don't think the three of us got there much before noon.
I think we rolled in about noon.
Yeah, I think Friday night was a pretty lengthy adventure.
Yeah, Friday night was pretty extreme.
Yeah. Because for everybody at the show, like makers-wise, Friday night's a great night to like celebrate and commiserate because you're seeing a lot of people who don't come out. Normally, like Thursday night, a lot of people will stay pro and not come out. But on Friday, everybody comes out because they're excited to see each other.
Who did we go out to dinner with on Friday? Because I remember Thursday we went to Papacitos, and that took like 4 hours. Like a 4-hour
We went down, which
was totally worth it.
We went to the Italian place with all them, and we ended up going to barbecue.
Yeah.
Same group of people, we went out to the Italian place.
Was that on Friday?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we tried to go to like 4 different restaurants.
On Friday, we tried to go to...
What was the name?
Capillaries? That's not right.
Scalini's.
Scalini's. We tried to go out to Scalini's.
Which we'll get to, but later on we were happily surprised that it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried on Friday night to get to Scalini's, got shot down, ended up getting barbecue at, I don't remember the name of the restaurant.
I think it's Thompson Brothers Barbecue, which is in Atlanta. It's pretty good. It's just a couple miles down from Blade Show.
Yeah, like a 5-minute Uber ride, pretty much.
I'd had it before. It was pretty good. The mac and cheese is pretty killer.
I was half and half.
Okay.
I could take it or leave it, to be honest.
But it was definitely an odd show. Let's put the show topic.
This was definitely an odd show because a lot of people, a lot of makers, didn't sell as much as they thought they would sell.
Well, it wasn't even about sales. There's always the guy. That's not what I'm gauging it on. There's always the guys that say, "Oh, it was an odd show. I didn't sell anything." There's always those guys. But this year it was an odd show because I don't gauge it based on those sales. I base it on the lottery entrance, and mostly everyone's lottos were about 50%.
Whose were 50%?
I'm not necessarily naming names, but
okay,
put that out there.
Okay. Nick is part of a top secret group of knife makers.
Yes, it's the Knife Illuminati. Registrants can sign up at pvkvegas.com.
Yeah.
No, but
hashtag sketchy Russian shit.
Yeah. Hashtag sketchy Russian shit. No, besides, just
hashtag backdoor deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I talked to a lot of makers say auctions were down, lottos were down, sales were down, but in reality, just a lot of new night makers out there. You gotta keep your shit tight. You gotta keep your shit right.
And I'll keep it real right now. I think we're seeing a dip. We're seeing a self-culling of the herd. We're seeing the natural selection occur with this saturation of makers.
There's a lot of knives out there, that's for sure.
Yeah,
there's like a lot of knives.
It's weeding itself out, pretty much.
So you gotta keep your shit tight and right.
There's a lot of production stuff. There's a lot of custom stuff.
The culling of the herd.
Yeah, I mean it's the community grows, and with that there's a huge influx of different tastes and different interests and styles and types of knives and materials.
Yeah, it will expand. We saw that a couple years ago. Now it's going to contract, and we're going to see like a lot of fall off.
I think the backlash from this show, and I need to reinforce that the three of us are not, not the bringers of doom on this. We're just sharing with you what we observed, but certainly I think the fallout from the show might be. Yeah, we might see it ripple throughout the next couple months as we have a lot of shows coming up. So that's why this Blade show is so interesting, is because this is actually the first show of like 10 this year. So it might be an interesting year for shows. There's a lot of them, and
we don't know for sure. Like Blade show is obviously the biggest show, but you don't really know for sure and gauge it until you see at the end of the year where everything's at.
It's true. It takes time to sort of for that to play out. But as far as Saturday goes, we showed up late because we were all hungover. We did get to the booth and set up at some point.
We made it on Saturday. We didn't make it on Sunday.
Sunday
5 minutes before closing. Saturday we made it.
Saturday we made it at noon. I'm not sure when the show opened. I think 9, maybe 8. We got there in any case.
It's a pretty long show. It's like 9 to
7. We're like an hour late. No, we got there at 10. It opened at 9. We got there at 11. It opened at 10.
I definitely got there at noon, but yeah.
Yeah.
It seems so professional. This is like saved.
Says you. Put the Xbox controller down.
I'm not even on Xbox.
Yeah, time out. Saturday was great. I had a really good show on Saturday. Saturday was like a little more calm for me. I get to run around, seal stuff up, and really and take more time to see some of the guys. I saw Prince Customs on Saturday, which was awesome. Saturday for me is usually going to be the smaller tables that I don't necessarily get to run to on Friday. Hashtag don't actually run on the floor.
Don't run with knives.
Don't run with knives. Don't run at all. It's not worth running for.
No.
If you're going to run, just pull out a knife, start stabbing people, get to the table. There's no point in running.
Like Jim Fix and dead anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
You want to be more like the old Redder.
Right. Slow and steady. It was cool on Saturday to go see everybody. And check in to see how the show was going. I think definitely the booth, the Bladeology booth / NCC Isham booth did more traffic. I mean, you guys certainly, Nick, I think you finished selling out on Saturday, right?
No, I sold everything on Friday. I didn't even set up on Saturday. I just kind of... technically I finished selling up because my auction was on Saturday.
Right, so Nick's better than all of you still on Friday. But by Saturday, you had definitely...
That's a bad way to put
figured it out.
That's a bad way to put that.
Yeah, so
I was shooting bricks the first 4 hours.
Okay.
Due to unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
Even in an incredibly slow show where pretty much everyone is experiencing the same thing of slow sales.
Right.
Nick Chuperin.
Oh my god.
The Wonderkin. The one and only.
The Wonderkin.
Manages to sell out on the first day.
Dealers are an important aspect to the community, Whether or not you want to get into that conversation now or not, but...
I was shitting bricks.
Yeah, his knives are just that good.
Yeah.
Hashtag you're welcome, Nick. I just sold your stuff for you.
Yeah.
I'll keep hawking it.
Do you have any more bourbon?
No.
Alright, just checking. It's fine.
More bourbon? No, I drank the other stuff.
Slanging the Nicky Chuffs in Canada.
I have vodka. Tequila.
Tequila? In here?
Tequila?
I go get it.
Kitchen? That's fine.
Okay, so like I said...
I forgot to get ice cream sandwiches.
Son of a bitch.
You're a fat man with a skinny body. It's ridiculous.
I would have liked to have a bag of Doritos. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, we're doing stuff.
Oh, now you're paying attention. All right.
I was talking. Okay, so like I said, I shouldn't break those first 4 hours, but I did, thankfully, after those 3 hard weeks, sell out Friday. Then Saturday, I was kind of in and out. I was like 2 hours at the booth. I walked around for an hour, 2 hours at the booth. I just kept kind of going back and forth until my auction went at 4 or 5 o'clock. And those last hour, I was wandering again. And Sunday, we were hungover, so we got there like 5 minutes to closing.
Oh, now you're jumping to Sunday. We didn't even get over Saturday night.
What was Saturday night?
Saturday night was long.
They were all long. We literally left
no,
at
but
5
Saturday was a particularly long night. Yeah.
I don't know.
You finished selling out your awesome Mother Pearl auction piece sold, which was awesome to someone we all know, which was even cooler.
Yeah, cool. Group of the community.
Cool customer there.
I usually do auctions for like prototypes of a new model, so I was happy for that. I was very excited. Like, it made me a little bit excited. I was very nervous for that. I was just nervous about the whole show in general. It's my first time exhibiting at Blade Show.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to make. I didn't know if I should make a high-end auction, a low-end. I didn't know what the hell to do. I'm just very grateful and happy that it went well, and it made those 3 weeks very worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good. I think that's good. You definitely killed it. And I know you were talking about bringing more knives next year, because like you want to do it again.
I'll try to bring like 25, 30 next time. I'll probably just work.
Like literally double, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll probably, since now I know I'll exhibit, I'll probably dedicate 1 week out of every month starting the new year
It's probably smart.
to work on those knives instead of not sleeping for 3 weeks. That was pretty bad for my body. I probably need to go get like a physical or something. I don't fucking know. I still don't feel right.
Crunch and win. Elijah gave up selling on Saturday, but you did sell some pieces. Did you
I didn't
sell?
give up. I chose to take the
There's no giving up.
the better,
You never
the
came
better
back.
route out because I need to walk the show floor, man. I need to get amongst the people.
No, well, that's the
And
thing
I was
is,
stuck at the table pretty much the whole time. So
your style of show and my style of show are actually more similar, which is the way that it works is better if you're face to face with people. Like getting out there and talking to people is
yeah, and I had a better
good.
time actually on Saturday walking around,
Mm.
and well, it's not really Sunday, but Saturday walking around, talking to people, meeting fans, and commiserating with the folk. That was actually the best time I had at the show. So pretty much I'm not going to ever have a booth again, unless I get like a super big company one day. But I'll have a table eventually when I start making customs.
We're at Blade Show West.
He's also exhibiting at Blade Show.
So we'll
Blade
see
Show
you
West.
guys at Blade
Blade
Show
West
West.
is a different creature entirely.
It is.
That
It is. Yeah.
a smaller show. It's a table.
Yeah. It's a table. Technically a table.
Nick and I will have a table at Blade Show West,
Tables
but
Yeah.
that's a table. It's not a booth.
Too cool.
And it's a much smaller show.
Very, very intimate show.
And
Great
it's
time.
also the only the second show back.
Yeah, second year of
last
Blade
year,
Show.
So it's totally different setup.
Yeah. Now, did you on that customized stuff? Did you keep the Triptychon abstruse?
I did keep the Triptychon abstruse.
Okay.
Because, I sent that back home to my house.
All right.
So pretty much, yeah. If anybody out there likes the band Triptychon and you want an abstruse, custom one-off anodized with their logo on it, hit me up.
Speaking of which, we didn't get to pull the giveaway at Blade Show because it's kind of totally crazy. As a side note, we'll do that this week. We'll do that this weekend. As soon as I have this edited, we'll do the giveaway. We need to do that because you guys have been awesome and entered. And you totally deserve some cool custom stuff. So Nick sold out on Saturday. Elijah did.
I sold out, but not to the general public. But pretty much because you'll see those through different avenues of purchasing.
Yeah, so they'll be out there.
Pretty much for whoever wants them.
There you go. I got 50% of my buys on Saturday. I was able to go see the regulars. I went to see the Valentins. I went to see Glenn Waters. I went to go see John and Matt.
John Gray and Matt Diskin.
Yeah, Diskin and Gray. Went and saw Mark, Begg, whatever. There's a list of people that I went to go see. Oh, Craig Kramer. I was super pumped about that. I missed a Blade Show pickup from him last year. He had integral Channel Cup Alley songs this year at an amazing price. He's a really cool maker and cool dude. He's actually, I don't know if he's a mastersmith, but he is very skilled at forging stainless and carbon Damascus, and most of his Bally songs are sole authorship. But he's ventured into making channel construction Bally's, so I grabbed some of those. You guys can see those up on the website. Probably, hopefully, in the next few days, some of those boxes are just getting to Vegas. Saturday was cool. Saturday night, it was...
What happened Saturday? I can't remember.
So Saturday night, things usually are at the peak of fuckery, because mostly, and I'm not speaking for all makers, but mostly on Saturday, Saturday night is the end of the show. Saturday night's the last time you get to hang out with your friends, see cool people, because on Sunday most people leave. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen Saturday night.
We split up on Saturday.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday night I had a pretty interesting talk with Ken Onion.
No, that wasn't Saturday. What the hell did I
That
split
was
up?
Saturday
That
night.
was Saturday night.
Oh, wait, so we mixed this up, because there was a night where I went out without you guys. So Saturday we went to Papacitos. No, not Papacitos. Thursday we went to Papacitos. Saturdays when we went to Scolini's and we didn't get in. And we went to eat barbecue. Because Friday I went to 101 Steak 101.
Mother of God, he's right.
Yeah, we pulled this up.
On Saturday, you, me, and Levon and Purvis went to
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that's
right.
fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Friday I went to Steak 101
for lunch, yeah.
with Rob, Larevo Knives, American Knives. I don't know how to pronounce it.
American.
Yeah.
America.
American.
Like MERRIKEN.
America, dude.
Yeah. Ian, CMF Metalworks.
Oh, yeah.
And we were taken out by
Who?
a man named Ian.
Who's that?
CMF Metalworks.
I'm
No
not
one
familiar.
knows who that is. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We were taken out by some Alan. He's a collector. Met him at the show. All those guys knew him very well. Very nice dude. He was very grateful to take us out. I don't know what you guys did that day.
What the hell was that?
I don't
Saturday?
know either. I need to
No, it was
refresh
Friday.
it.
Oh,
That's
Friday.
it. We did separate things.
On.
I think we went to PF Chang's.
Oh yeah,
lunch?
that was We were hanging out with Kyle. We were with Casey on Friday.
That was Friday, yeah.
I got split up. I had business calls. Josh was there for 5 hours. I got split off from you.
Josh is the other owner of PVK Vegas.
Yeah.
PVK Vegas.
You went with Purvis to PF Chang's. I got lost
You
as
guys
shit.
met us there, yeah.
I walked across the bridge to PF Chang's, and then Kyle came. Yeah, that's right.
I ain't going there. And, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, you guys were there, and then I just ordered. Yeah, I just drank my lunch, and then and then Kyle showed up, and we hung out for a bit, and then we all went back to the show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, on
And
Saturday.
then on Saturday was
Saturday
was the attempted.
Cheesecake Factory, yeah.
Yeah,
Our Cheesecake Factory, and later on we went to Scolini's. We didn't get in there.
that was second dinner, bitches.
Then we went to this Caribbean place, walked right out.
Yeah, and on Saturday I remember walking through the main hallway outside, and I saw the coolest thing at the show, which was a cute little dachshund. His name was Mr. Bingles or something.
Where did you see it?
I had a story up on the Instagrams about that, yeah, with his pretty little face on it.
It's funny, I feel like
Okay.
all three of us were trying to create content while we were there. It's really tricky because
I make no content.
you get caught up in the moment and
Yeah, trying to keep up with content's pretty rough.
I did none of this. I just lived in the moment and did the show.
I lived in the moment, but
this
also,
was before Instagram
my
for Nick,
fingers,
but
This is always before.
this was before
Before
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, but
Before
my
Instagram.
fingers and my phone have to work in unison to. It has to.
Saturday
Come out.
Saturday
I let
was
them
fun.
post and
It has
just
to
tag
go to
me
the
for
public.
shows.
Mostly we do the Instagram work.
The experience has
'cause
to,
Nick
has
is
to reach,
a,
reach the public
I might
somehow.
repost
he's such a
it.
busy knife maker,
I'm very
making
busy,
knives.
Very
with his-
important.
with his hands and everything.
I have lots of meetings.
Mhm.
Just can't be bothered with this kind of nonsense.
Saturday was fun. I had never really run into a lot of these guys like Adam Purvis and Justin Lundquist. So I got to meet them on Saturday, which is cool. I know everybody else probably talks to them all the time. I know you guys do. I've watched their work, but I've never really talked to them. So it was cool to go out with dinner with Lundquist. I've never been to the
What's up?
Adam Purvis.
Yeah,
Nope, I'm already mixing them up. That's good. I'll go ahead and send that SOCOM out in the mail to you. I never been
Adam
to
will get
the.
that SOCOM in the mail for
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
buddy.
that's on its way. Never been to Cheesecake Factory before.
Probably not.
That was my first
I
time.
love cheesecake.
Yeah,
You didn't even get
I
the
did.
cheesecake.
I didn't
Yeah.
order cheesecake.
And
I
you
was.
didn't even order cheesecake.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I was equally unimpressed by the.
yeah, I keep slipping, bro.
Yeah, it was. You know.
You got the fish and chips.
I got fish and chips, and I ate about a pound of bread, and the food eventually came. Always cool to hang out with everybody though, and talk some podcast stuff with Levon, which was nice. And then Saturday night. Okay, Saturday night we got split up. Okay, Saturday night after dinner we all reconvened
At the pit.
at the pit. I think we went home, dropped off some stuff, and then we Ubered back.
That was the point where my throat started going to shit from all the cigars. And currently my
Yeah.
throat's still fucked, and it's been like 5 days.
There's a great deal of
What was the
smoking and
cigar
drinking.
count by then, Nick? What was it,
On
5 or
Saturday
6?
night?
At that point, I was smoking about 4 a day for those 3 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
That's fair.
Okay.
I usually always do, but like life hack, like you on the show, you bring cough drops because of all the talking and smoking,
Yeah, that's
which
something
I forgot to bring, which is
I've
why
never done, but I will do from now on.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is why my throat's fucked. You bring
Cough drops, mandatory.
You bring some
Right.
monkey butt for the fat guys. You know,
Sure,
all that
sure.
rubbing and chafing.
Sure.
And lip balm because it's dry in Georgia. So I should go to
Chapstick,
Georgia.
man.
Yeah, hashtag it's never dry in Georgia because it's a subtropical environment. So, but yeah, definitely bring.
Hashtag I go to school. I don't know what that means.
Right, exactly. So the humidity is like 80% in Georgia. It's not dry there
At all times.
at all
The
times.
sun. I don't know.
This year actually wasn't that bad. Last year was horrible. This
Yeah,
year was
last year
like
was
70
really
and it was like pretty chill.
This is actually pretty temperate. Like last year
Yeah.
was bad.
Last year was like 90.
It was still fucked. You didn't get
It
there
was
yet.
rough.
Setting up at the booth was still rough. It was wet. It was hot.
Like
So
Pretty much every
delightful
Blade show
armpit.
when I walk in there and the showroom floor and they don't have the AC on yet.
Yeah.
And on Thursday it's pretty bad. It's
Thursday they don't put up the AC. The lights are dim, so you barely see what the hell you're doing.
I
And
feel
then
like the
there's-
lighting
and
was
then there-
better this year. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
The Wi-Fi
that's
was equally as
possible.
garbage, but I feel like the lighting was better.
I think it's the same shit.
shout out to T-Mobile.
But on Thursday, you got to set up. It's hot. It's dark. It's humid. And then the workers there are just like, don't give two shits. They're just throwing out carpets all
Yeah.
over the place. They'll just run you over.
Pretty not amazing. Got to see on Saturday. Got to see that new Zero Tolerance folder in person.
Yeah, that was
Which
Many
was
bad things.
impressively garbage, but
I've
yeah.
heard many bad things.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That was a complete failure.
Yeah, I was not. I was not.
Yeah, and then
impressed.
then you proceeded to meet the man who designed it and get a full on show of talking to him.
Negative. Tim Gallion was not there.
Tim Gallion.
Oh, I thought Ken designed that.
No, Ken.
Oh.
No, I specifically
Nick doesn't
made,
know knife makers.
I don't know what production.
I specifically made a point to
world.
comment that that's what happens when Ken Onion does not work for your company anymore.
It's true though.
Yeah.
That knife, I don't know. Whatever. That knife was.
Which is kind of weird
Yeah.
because Tim has done nothing but great things in the past. Junkyard Dog, the Moab, just all kinds of great designs, and I don't know. I just guess he's just
Okay,
kind of,
remember it had it looked like it was a stippled side, so it looked like riveted steel handle.
Oh.
well,
yeah.
Ken, I think actually taught him or apprenticed Tim. So
Oh, okay.
and
So there's a
Tim's
little
been-
bit of bleed
Tim's
over.
been designing it for Kershaw
Yeah.
for
On
years.
Saturday, Ken
Mm.
Onion remembered Elijah's
Didn't
They
remember.
didn't remember Elijah's name, but then remembered Elijah's name.
But had a good conversation nonetheless.
Elijah had a full
And
boner while talking to him after that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have him on the podcast eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out, Ken. I know you're not listening, but you're always welcome.
He's pretty down to do it. So.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the future.
The future of knife making, not the past, but the future.
But what is to
You
come?
heard it, Vaughn. So let's have Andre Draper on.
Yeah, hashtag suck it level.
Mostly she
Yeah.
know who Andre Draper is, but she's a badass.
Yeah, Audra was
You'll
really
soon
cool to meet in
find out.
person.
There's
We
a
collected a
few.
few.
There's a few.
I thought we lined up like 3 at the show, man.
Like 30.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
On Saturday, I also got to go check out Lucas over at Squid Industries. He's just debuting his live blade. That was cool to see. I'm looking forward to working with him this year. I saw Jerry because they were splitting a booth. Jerry Hom. It sounds like things are going really well. Not surprising. So hopefully we'll be getting even more Squid Industries and Jerry Hom product in the shop, which will be cool. Definitely, there was a well awareness of Bally songs at the show this year. Their BRS had a booth with some cool new stuff.
Yeah, there was a booth. I think they had a double decker booth this time, though.
Yeah, that's
Usually
true.
it's a single.
Really? That double look.
I'm pretty sure they had a double decker.
It was
Well,
so it was the
not two
first
floors,
level,
but seven,
and then there
yeah.
was a escalator, and you can go to the second level, which is pretty neat. Another good reason to
This isn't
check it
SHOT
out.
Show. There ain't that much money at the
Yeah,
show.
that's true.
It's like SHOT Show level stuff.
Fully private escalator.
Mhm.
What else? I bought some material. I didn't get to really. I needed to go around and buy some materials for some Damascus and Damascus for orders. I usually try to do that at shows,
The Matrals.
but I didn't get a chance to do that, unfortunately.
Is there a way to turn off the vibrate on that controller?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay.
I bought some cool titanium mesh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not for
You're
using
gonna
on
make
knives.
baskets out of it, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
not for using on knives. It just
Nick actually loves Easter, so he's pretty excited for this
Yeah, the
titanium.
titanium basket weave Damascus
yeah.
Supreme Special Easter egg.
No, I actually make titanium
Don't believe the
baskets
hype.
for grandizing. It's rare stuff that it pops up once every couple of years. You gotta buy it.
I didn't realize it was that. I totally did not realize it was that rare.
He just doesn't get it often. It's like expanded titanium mesh, so I'm just gonna cut it into like a grid kind and fold it into a little basket to anodize little parts.
So that's like legit ass from like a fighter jet or something. Is that?
You're gonna anodize like what? Easter eggs or titanium Easter eggs?
No, it's Mogutai Easter eggs, dude. That's part of the Boker collaboration. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. We gotta keep that on the
I'm on
Yeah,
the
we're gonna keep that on the
I can't
deal.
talk about that, nor do I want to talk about that, nor am I proud of that scenario.
Whatever. It's you know.
I also don't know what they're talking about.
You know, it happens.
We can signed NDA, so we're all getting sued now.
That's
can't
true.
afford this.
No, that podcast money, it goes south quick, yo.
Yeah, you you taste the drink and it tastes funny, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're doing a Boker collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drugged
It
me,
happens.
and then
Happens quick.
The contract said I signed it, and now I am doing a Boker Magnum series.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know how the fuck that happened, but yeah, look forward to that 2025.
Right, and then I signed
Walmart's everywhere.
a singularity concept with Cold Steel, so I'm actually no longer going to be working for PBK. I'll be the representative for Cold Steel Industries, not to be confused with Cold Steel Knives. Different, but very similar in many ways.
Yeah, and I've actually sold out and sold every one of my designs, and I'm going into retirement.
And not to be confused with Cold Steel Butchery Shop, that's
right?
Where the cattle limbs and everything goes after
Yep.
it's sliced.
Yeah, no, Cold Steel Industries actually specializes in, again, the titanium thing. We make solid stainless steel, Damascus, carbon fiber, sole authorship, Easter egg baskets. So it should be cool. It was a crazy year. A lot of things happened. A lot of things changed. But Saturday was fun. Hung out with Julian for a bit, another interviewee on the podcast. Good to see him. He's got a lot of awesome projects up and coming. Who else do we see? I think
I saw Lem Thompson in the urinal in the bathroom.
That's pretty cool.
I just saw wandering around this cave.
What kind of watch was he wearing?
I didn't get that close, but he had his back open for attack. So I was pretty
down from that urinal next.
I was pretty disappointed actually to see he was like ready.
Oh,
he wasn't ready for the armed assailants.
Right, unarmed assailants only.
You guys didn't see that cane he was walking around with? That was a sword cane.
That was probably legitimately, it's a sword cane.
He didn't have it at the urinal though.
Oh, he had it when he was walking around. He probably had it.
It wouldn't honestly. It wouldn't surprise me.
That was a sword cane.
In the least. What am I missing? Oh, I saw Adam on Saturday. Adam Heibel, always bringing the serious heat with those Bally songs. Truly next level designs and just really pushing it to the limits. I really like what he's doing, so it was good to see him. A lot of these guys you only see at like 1 or 2 shows a year, so you got to catch up with them. Who else did we see on Saturday? We were walking around.
I know who we didn't see. That's Reese Wyland.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That was a little disappointing. He was supposed to have.
Fired?
It might be shots fired. We were expecting a show delivery of the prototype for the Tetractus from him.
Yeah, the Bell songs.
So
upcoming supreme awesomeness from Reese, but
they don't even know what you're talking about. You never release photos of it.
That's better that they don't.
Gonna know. I'll come up later. So that didn't happen. That was one thing that didn't happen on Saturday. Oh, on Saturday night we hung out with. We were able to handle the prototype dagger from Justin Lundquist. That was cool. I'd seen it on Instagram. It was neat to hold it in person. I actually liked that size of a dagger. That was pretty cool. It flipped well.
In my honest opinion, that's the best production folder of the show. Is that
really
he made Justin Lundquist's dagger.
Seriously?
He
just self-showed all his designs.
Wow.
I'm dead serious.
Speaking of daggers, both you guys acquired a Brian and Dow dagger.
Yeah, that was neat.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped by Brian's booth. That was cool.
Again, eat your
pretty much the only modern ones I've seen is Brian's, mine, and Justin's.
Yeah. And yours is
And
garbage.
mine is definitely the shittiest.
That's-
Like
Yours
the
is not
absolute
great.
shittiest of the group.
I didn't even realize how bad it was, honestly, until you showed me the original
We're
drawing, and I
such
was like,
friends.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, from the original
That's like-
drawing, it's been changed quite a bit.
Yeah, but the original drawing was so cool, and then I looked at the
Unbeknownst to
Soze,
me,
and I was like,
But no, like
Such good
Lundqvist,
friends. Oh, those are cool. And we didn't mess it. Yours is garbage.
Lundqvist's angst.
I liked that.
Oh yeah, double-edged
That was pretty cool.
dagger flipper from Wii is probably going to be a
I didn't
seller.
see it.
Yeah, it was
Very nice.
it
The
was
action on it is
nice.
down.
The
It's
size
got an
actually
inset
is
liner
really
lock,
nice
210
too.
frames,
Yeah.
carbon fiber inlays.
Oh yeah. And it's a dagger, so it has it's a false double edge though, right?
It is false, but you can actually sharpen it.
You can sharpen
inside.
it. I don't think you can get knives out of China with double edge. I think they're
No,
still a little
it's single
too
edge, yeah. And
on the DL about that.
A lot of
with the nuts
legality
X.
issues with that.
Right, exactly.
But it's ground down to spec, so you can put
Oh,
a
yeah.
secondary edge on it, like really easy.
throw it on there. It comes a little poke machine. No problem.
The stick and poke.
Yeah. Were there any prototypes that we handled that were particularly interesting? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I can't talk about anything. But
Right. No, that's true. You had your horse clipper on pretty much all the
I have a
time.
bunch of prototypes. A lot of people bring.
So
Yeah.
one goal
on
for
Saturday,
the
people
show.
brought me like new knife makers. Would be
Yeah.
like
See.
brought me some stuff and like, hey, what do you think about this? Any advice?
One goal for the show was
Yeah.
to get like as many photos of makers holding the crippler as I could, but I didn't
Which
get that many. But
I think you actually succeeded in fairly
yeah,
well.
I got quite a few, but not as many as I wanted to.
Right.
Yeah. I just kept forgetting. I was like, oh yeah, shit.
You
I
got
gotta-
a lottery too, didn't you?
Well, I meant to go to some lotteries. I didn't get a chance to, but the West Tennessee Maker Group was across from us.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
I
the
asked them
West
before she-
Tennessee Knife Makers of West Tennessee Knife Makers, West Tennessee
Association
Knife
of,
Makers,
Bumblefuck,
West Tennessee
whatever.
Bumblefuck Knife Makers Ass Association.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, right.
And I did win the Horde and Birch collab fixed blade, but it wasn't for me. I was proxying for a friend of mine.
I really like the logoing on that knife in particular.
Yeah, it's great. It's somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, it's somewhere. What's the materials said? Bought some Damascus. I like to buy my materials for the show. I mean, for the year, almost at the show, as much as I could afford. Got some Damascus for my builds. Got some clients that were at the show to buy some Damascus for their own builds. Some Damascus for an upcoming model. What's some more mother of pearl? Replaced the mother of pearl that I use in the auction knife. And some knife hardware as usual.
Oh, you did replace the MOP?
Well, yeah, I have that really good piece in my shop, but I'm saving that for a specific build with some diamonds and white gold.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying not to use that piece, so I just got some more.
Yeah, Pharaoh that shit up, man.
Yeah, so I just got some more in case I want to do a build like my auction with just some small inlays.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
What else?
The Matrals game is real. I spaced out on getting some. I really needed to get actually some Damascus, which I did not, and we'll have to purchase this
You
week,
need
unfortunately.
Damascus for it. I have Damascus.
No, I don't need your garbage Damascus though.
I have Damascus you can't get anymore.
We need the real stuff, Nick.
Yeah, I need that real stuff, not that packy Damascus
that
that you find in the back room. That's
You
nobody
sell
want
for
that.
like premium beyond comprehension.
Yeah, he like doubles the aftermarket price of that Damascus. Nick, I need regular Damascus, okay?
I have all
Like
kinds
that
of
Vegas
Damascus.
forged Damascus, that good shit.
I have all sorts of them.
Don't be casting those shadows,
I
yo.
can cast no shadows. I have some of that stuff too if you need it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. Hey you guys.
You don't need anything. I didn't say anything. I have some of that stuff too.
All right, good. Elijah, did you
Mine
pick
just
up any
dropped-
materials
Mine
for
just
builds
says
this
Devin
year?
Thomas on it.
No comment.
Oh, cool. All right, nice. Well, we're just gonna move on.
No,
So Saturday
Nice
night,
stuff.
and we were gonna go into Sunday. So Sunday, the show ended, and this has been the Bladeology.
and then
The show ended and the adventure began.
Yeah,
Well,
that's actually. So on Sunday, we showed up about a half hour before the show ended.
like 5 minutes before the show ended.
It's anywhere between 5 minutes and 15 minutes.
It's probably like actually like a minute. It was closer to like 1:59.
But we got there, and that's mostly what counted. I ran around, sealed some stuff up, got some stuff done.
Then we packed up our booth. Me and Jeremiah went
yeah.
Wolverine style, dual fisting, diving into the inflatable couches to play with them.
Yeah, by packing, I mean we just stabbed it with knives until it was
Yeah, I had
deflated.
to say goodbye and take care of some business before I left. I rolled back to the booth and they're having fun without me. They're sitting in the couches, stabbing them with knives.
Pretty damn bad about doing that.
Yeah,
And I was most displeased.
that would have been some proper Instagram content right
Yeah,
there.
We were just in the moment. It was fun.
Can you jump that motorcycle through the LA River?
Yes. It's not podcast material. Just
Okay. Oof. That looks like it hurt.
And on Sunday we just kind of walked around. Since my booth was temporary, I was trying to figure out the whole situation to get a booth for next year. Maybe some cool shit's gonna happen. I don't know yet. There's like 3 possibilities of what might happen for me for next year.
Like the amount of things that happened at the show and what we can even relay. There's so much that happened. That's the thing. I mean, we can only talk about some of it, and there's no way we could pack all of what we did into a podcast. But it was excellent to see everybody, and certainly on Sunday night we went out with some makers and some friends, and had a really nice time.
We packed everything in. It would honestly be about 72 hours long. So.
Yeah, probably about the length of Blade Show
Yeah,
for the play-by-play.
If you take away anything from this episode, it's definitely, if you've never been, go to Blade Show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can we talk about what we did after Blade Show?
Yeah, sure. I know, absolutely. Let's get into it. So on Sunday we went out and had dinner, hung out late with Gavin Hawk and Mark and Matt and a bunch of guys from that crew. Frank,
Mark,
Joe.
We just bullshit about knives and like the industry and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a real industry kind of group. It's like not pretty much void of the casual experience, but yeah, it's pretty much just like industry talk. Like what's going where, who's doing what next. And
yeah, it's just heavy industry talk, mostly about pizza and bagels and how much the East Coast is better at it than the West Coast.
How much that comes up.
It comes up a lot.
We all just fat people.
The West Coast pizza is so
I might not show up. I'm a fat kid at heart.
Right.
I got to talk to Gavin about some OTF stuff and some processing stuff. It's pretty interesting. Not just about just CNC stuff and some processing stuff, like I said.
Like process stuff or what? Like just CNC stuff?
A little bit of both, and how did they relate to each other and the processes?
Like CNC stuff?
Yep.
Oh,
and,
gotcha.
The dynamics of working with other workers in your shop.
Like CNC and process stuff?
No, that's the handwork part.
Okay.
Since I have my first full-time employee, and he's been dealing with that.
And then on Sunday, we were out till pretty late on Sunday actually too.
Yeah, pretty much. Had to wake up early on Sunday and check out the Airbnb.
We were hanging out with Travis on Sunday too.
We were outside
Shenanigans.
Breaking the rules, shooting essentially. The Sunday, like if you guys that haven't been or guys that have been, it just Sunday's dead.
Yeah, everybody leaves. It's a ghost town.
You kind of find those guys you haven't spoken to in 3 or 4 years. And you're like, oh, hey, buddy, remember me? Let's hang out because our flight is tomorrow. But in this case, that's what usually happens.
Hey, buddy.
This time around,
buddy.
We actually are people we knew. Usually it's kind of like just anyone you kind of know.
Pass up, yeah, pass up.
Yeah, you pretty much just kind of wander around just looking at faces because
just staring at faces, really.
I mean, really, it's such a big. We're talking about the pit here, like not the show. The show too, but
there's no pit on Sunday.
The pit is just
a round table.
Not on Sunday, but it's just so big. You're just looking at faces. Like, do I know this person?
We were also had some account 25. That was nice. Yeah, so that was our Sunday, and that's officially close to the show. Since I was working like a maniac for 3 weeks, Jeremiah hasn't had a day off either in a few months. Whatever he does. And Elijah's just being Elijah since he works on the computer.
Hashtag computer work.
Yeah, so we decided...
Hashtag the most taxing physically and mentally of it all.
The whole
process. Your muscle structure explains all of that.
I worked for 53 days straight without a day off, so I was looking forward to Monday because I was like, this is like actually relaxed time, like chill time.
So I told him we all got there separately, and I told him like, look, this is my 9th Blade show. I've driven 7 years. It's always just been 14 hours one way, 14 hours back, and there's like all this cool shit to stop at. And I asked them if they wanted to do a 4-day drive back, a slow drive road trip, but they were down. Didn't go as planned necessarily because we ended up staying in one state most of the time. It was still a great vacation / learn some stuff. We were fortunate enough to be able to get a tour of the Microtech facility in Fletcher, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fletcher.
That was pretty cool. We ended up liking Asheville so much that we ended up staying there 2 days instead of the day we were supposed to.
Yeah,
Asheville's kind of
Asheville's
like
pretty
a
cool.
mixture of downtown Brooklyn and Portland, except a lot cheaper.
Slightly different.
Pretty close.
I mean, it had its
For
own,
being in
it had its
North
own
Carolina,
vibe,
I
but
didn't expect that.
that I'm gonna say that I agree with that statement. I did not think that Asheville would be as cool and hip with some pretty good restaurants.
A lot of breweries, like on every block was a brewery.
That reminded me of a lot of different places. But yeah, having a huge amount of craft brew around was pretty dope. We hung out. We actually got to Asheville on Monday night. Played some pool. Went to a brewery. Relaxed. We got a hotel. And then we left that hotel because we got an Airbnb.
Yeah. We're supposed to have at the hotel just for a quick night. I get out the shower, like, pack up, we gotta go. What happened? Someone got killed outside. I'm like, what the hell happened? And they just kept sticking with that story and quickly packing up. And I'm just standing there, like, what's going on? Like, got off the shower, and then we went to our Airbnb. We couldn't record the podcast there because that was the plan: get the hotel, record the podcast, and we ended up being in someone's basement essentially. They couldn't be loud. The next day, same situation. We couldn't record the podcast there either. But yeah, we stayed there again. We were able to see some old friends, and we went out to dinner with Casey Knives, that designer dude.
Yeah, Casey works for Microtech now.
Yeah, big reveal.
Super big reveal.
Kyle Chumchi.
Chum
Bucket.
Yeah, and then also with Jeff Yang.
Cool, man.
Kitchen.
He just got pulled out of that semi.
Yeah, Jeff Yang, Kitchen Tactical. He was an apprentice who used to work in Brooklyn, so I knew him for about 6 years. He's been working out there lately, so I was able to go see him out in North Carolina.
Yeah, it was nice. We all went to the Sierra Nevada brewery, which was cool because I've drank Sierra Nevada for a great deal of time and did not know that they were in Fletcher. Upon Googling it, they have 2 locations either way, which is cool. What?
I always thought they were in Nevada.
Sierra Nevada is a mountain range for those of you who did take any sort of. All right. Anyway, we'll just move on.
Photos of Nevada.
It's a mountain range. That's why there's a mountain range on the. Okay. Anyway, the brewery was good. We ate some awesome food. Hung out with those cats. And commiserated about awesome knives. Pretty excited about the Exo set, which is I think I can say that definitely he designed that. Beep. I don't know if I can say that.
No,
can I say
announced.
that? It was announced, right?
We signed NDA, so if we got sued in like a month, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that was nice. Asheville was cool. It was cool to see Jeff and Kyle. What the heck was that? What was that on Tuesday?
That was Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday, and then Wednesday.
Wednesday we ended up driving through all of Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday we pretty much hit the road. How many stars do you have? 3. 3? Okay.
Elijah's playing GTA 5 in the background here.
Yeah.
Very professional.
So then on Wednesday and by we I mean I, because my cohorts are both
bullshit.
children, and okay, you're not 25. They won't let you drive the rental car. No, you literally can't. Okay, theoretically you could, but if you got caught driving it, I would be in trouble. Yeah.
We still got pulled over. We still still got it there.
Yeah, I don't even get looked at sideways twice, and they get to take any sit in the back seat.
Yeah, Nick was in the back seat. I was going down a decline somewhere outside the Blue Ridge Mountain Parkway, and I somehow hit 70 in a Kia Soul. I don't think that's accurate, but I get the first speeding ticket I've had in like a decade.
We were in that the hamster mobile.
Yeah, we were in a hamster mobile, and that was really funny because the cop was actually pretty chill. But looked immediately at Nick and was like, "Do you have your seatbelt on?" And I was like, "Whoa!" Yeah, Meanwhile, Elijah's like in the front seat with his hair down, and we're like, "Yeah, it was pretty great."
No, officer, I was not aware that I should have my seatbelt on the back. And he's like, "Well, it's the law," and then he left and gave me a $10 ticket, which I'm probably gonna pay like $100 on because I'm probably gonna forget to pay it.
I have no idea where that ticket even
Exactly. I fucking think you guys left it in the rental car, and I don't know how to
went.
pay it now.
Notice how it was Nick's ticket, and he blames us for
'Cause you
losing
guys just
it.
left and pulled
Right,
into the
again,
rental car.
blames us for losing his ticket.
Yep.
So,
That was your fault.
okay, see,
I told
exactly.
you not to pull out. Whatever.
Right.
Uh,
So I drove till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then we got to Brooklyn last night.
yeah.
Slept for a couple hours, and then I had to move the car, so I didn't really sleep at all. I still haven't really slept in a couple days.
That is Bladeology podcast. This is how Blade Show is.
So we're in Brooklyn now.
Yada yada yada.
We're at the Chup house.
We're at the Chuprin compound.
Chupperoni.
Chupperoni. Chupi Compoundy.
I think we're gonna end it on
a note.
This week's versus segment. We're gonna go ahead and
so we have a new
start
segment called Versus and who would win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun
you
part.
Reach out to us and give us your thoughts and.
It's inspired by the old Spike show, Deadliest Warrior.
Reach out and give us your thoughts.
Your opinion on
we
who
want
would
your
win.
thoughts.
Just a pretty random versus concept. So this week we have recently scorned divorcees versus sexually frustrated Catholic nuns.
If you'd like, we're going to decide. If you'd like, comment on any of our posts. Who do you think would win and why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who do you think would win in any sort of contest ever? Recently scorned divorcees or sexually frustrated Catholic nuns?
Yep.
Who would win and why?
Shout out to us. Comment, tweet, YouTube, Instagram, DM us. Let us know what you think. There's no right or wrong answer here. This is not a raffle or a challenge. This is merely. Wait, you just walk right in there.
Unicorns.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is also what happened on
We'll be
Tuesday.
in the
Wow.
we'll be in the vicinity. We'll be in the general area. Around town and.
I think our next show is.
Our next show is definitely Northwest Handbuilt Invitational.
Yeah.
Myself and Jeremiah will be there, shitting it up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there, swing by. And my face is a logo, so it shouldn't be hard to.
He's easy to spot out in a crowd, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for listening. We'll see you at the next show. Oh, right.
TC Knives out.
This is Elijah Isham of Isham Blade Works out.
This is Cletus Cricket, and signing off for all the tricky critters. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Hey, you guys.
And then wubba lubba dub dub.